Chapter 10. Debt of Silence.
Yeah.
The morning light filtered through the windows of Anna Petrov's estate, casting long shadows across the library where the wives had gathered once again. The air was thick with unspoken tension, the weight of Stanton's betrayal pressing down on them. Anna stood at the head of the table, her hands gripping the back of a chair as she addressed the group. "We've delivered a blow," Anna began, her voice steady but edged with exhaustion. "Stanton's exposure has rattled Radcliffe, but it hasn't stopped her. She's still out there, and she's more dangerous now than ever." Maria Gonzalez leaned forward, her sharp gaze fixed on Anna. "So what's the next move? We can't just wait for her to strike again." Sophia Russo shifted uneasily in her chair. "We've already pushed her into a corner. What if this only makes her more desperate?" Laura Williams' voice cut through the room. "Desperate people make mistakes. We just have to be ready to exploit them." Anna nodded, her gaze sweeping the room. "Then we press harder. No loose ends, no hesitation. We finish this before she has a chance to regroup." Maria's ultimatum. Maria returned to her penthouse that evening, her mind racing with the day's developments. The city lights stretched out before her, a glittering reminder of the power she had once wielded. But tonight the view offered no comfort. She picked up her phone and dialed Roberto, her voice firm when he answered. "I need to know everything," she said without preamble. "No more lies, Roberto. Who else have you been talking to?" Roberto hesitated, his voice wary. "What are you talking about, Mom? I haven't—" "Don't!" Maria interrupted, her tone sharp. "Stanton's betrayal didn't happen in a vacuum. If there's anyone else you've been in contact with, now is the time to tell me." There was a long pause before Roberto sighed. "There's someone. They've been asking questions, but I didn't give them anything. I swear." Maria's grip on the phone tightened. "Give me a name. Now." Sophia's doubts. Sophia wandered through her studio, the paintings on the walls offering no solace. The folder the man in the grey suit had given her lay open on the table, its contents haunting her. Radcliffe's plans were more insidious than she'd imagined, targeting not just the wives, but their families and legacies. She picked up her phone, debating whether to share the information with the others. Trust was fragile, and every revelation risked further fracturing their alliance. But keeping secrets felt like holding her breath underwater, the pressure building with each passing moment. Her phone buzzed with a text from Anna. "We need to talk now." Sophia's chest tightened as she typed a response. On my way, Laura's pursuit. Laura Williams navigated the crowded streets of downtown, her black coat blending into the shadows. She had tracked a lead from Stanton's files to a run-down office building, its flickering neon sign casting an eerie glow. She slipped inside, her footsteps silent as she made her way to the third floor. The office was sparsely furnished, its walls lined with filing cabinets and corkboards covered in photographs and notes. In the center of the room was a desk, its surface cluttered with papers. Laura's eyes narrowed as she spotted a laptop, its screen still glowing. She moved quickly, inserting a USB drive to copy its contents. A sound from the hallway made her freeze. She reached for her gun, her heart pounding as the footsteps grew louder. The door creaked open, and a man stepped inside, his expression shifting to alarm as he saw her. "Who the hell are you?" he demanded.
No.
Laura raised her gun, her voice cold. "Someone you don't want to cross. Sit down." The confrontation. By midnight, the wives had reconvened at Anna's estate. The fire crackled in the hearth, casting long shadows across their tense faces. Laura placed a folder on the table, its contents spilling out, photographs, emails, and plans that painted a grim picture of Radcliffe's next moves. "She's building a new network," Laura said. "Stanton was just the beginning. She's recruiting from the inside, targeting our allies." Maria scanned the documents, her jaw tightening. "She's not just trying to destroy us. She's trying to replace us." Sophia's voice was hesitant. "If she succeeds, we won't just lose what we built. We'll lose everything." Anna's gaze was steely as she addressed the group. "Then we stop her. We cut off her resources. dismantle her alliances, and force her into the open. No more half measures. The women exchanged determined glances, their unity solidifying despite the cracks in their trust. The storm was far from over, but they were ready to face it together. Radcliffe's shadow. In a dimly lit office across the city, Helen Radcliffe reviewed the latest reports from her operatives. Stanton's downfall had been a setback, but it was far from crippling. Her fingers drummed against the desk as she considered her next move. "They're pressing harder," one of her agents reported. "What do you want to do?" Radcliffe's lips curved into a faint smile. "Let them come. The harder they push, the more they reveal. We'll let them think they're winning, until it's too late." She leaned back in her chair, her gaze fixed on the photograph of Anna Petrov pinned to the wall. The game was far from over, and Radcliffe was determined to remain 3 steps ahead. The pact. Back at the estate, Anna poured herself a glass of wine, the liquid dark as blood in the dim light. She turned to the others, her voice calm but resolute. "We've come too far to let her win. Whatever it takes, we finish this." Maria raised her glass. "To survival." Sophia and Laura followed suit, their glasses clinking together in a silent vow. The battle was far from over, but together they would see it through to the end.